G'day guys, I'm back. I can say guys because according to YouTube stats, there's not one single female that watches my channel. That's quite crushing because I thought my stunning good looks was going to draw in the ladies, but nah. Anyway, let's have a look at what I've done. That there's the offending culprit right smack bang in the middle of your screen there. And if we zoom in on that, you'll see that it's no surprise that leaked because that's a shocking weld. And as I explained in the previous video, I should have, here it is here, I should have got the welder, cleaned this, and had a go on that to see how it responded to being welded, because it doesn't respond to being welded very nicely. It makes a hell of a mess. So speaking of mess, 15 litres coolant in this engine. Now mostly, well, I did catch most of it, to be honest. It's probably only maybe a couple of litres went on the floor, or even less maybe. But so I'm going to clean all that up. I've got another fitting on the way, and I've had even I don't know, 4 or 5 different ideas on how I was going to do this last night. And I think the best one that I've come up with so far is to chop that back off again. Put it in the lathe probably, and zip that back off, and then I'll drill and tap into this actual fitting, because we should have good clean material underneath all that crappy weld. Put a 1/8 MPT tap and one of these adapters from Aeroflow into there, and that won't, am I brave enough to say that in front of the car? That won't leak. Let's see how that goes. The actual weld wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough. Obviously, look, I can see that area there, it's blown right through, so oh well, that'll be loud for you. Off it comes. I like lathes, aren't great. So Anton from the Parts Man, which is Nostalgia Motors Aeroflow division, I guess you'd say, he's just arrived, dropped this off by hand for me, which is awesome. So I'm just going to run our 8.5mm drill into here. We've got a tap on its way. I don't actually have a 1/8 NPT tap, which is strange, thought I did have. Drill and tap that puppy into there. Bit sketchy on the size of the material where the O-ring is there compared to our fitting. We're going to have about 1.2 wall thickness through there, which is not ideal, but given it's held inside a bore, and this plate here is actually going to hold the pressure against that, so that can't blow itself out, I think we're good. That'll be fine. So I'm just going to drill, wait for my tap, get that tapped. We can put it all together and see if it leaks. Relatively successful. It did actually crack that area that I was concerned about, that stalk down here where the O-ring is. So I've put some sealant around it, and I've put some sealant under the top there. Should be alright. I mean, this isn't actually like power steering hydraulic. This is quite low pressure hydraulic system to run that fan motor. I wouldn't know exactly how much it is, but it's certainly not 1600 psi or anything silly like that. That'll work. 95 or 97% confident for a Friday afternoon, 12:30 now. So I'm going to put some sealant on this side, on the gasket there, because I don't have a new gasket, and that's been used about 6 million times now. So a little bit of 3-bond on that, put that all together, go have lunch, come back, fit it all back together, and we'll see how we got on. Cool, that's on there, done. You can see, oh, we've focused on the wrong thing here, camera. Oh, if I get in the right spot, where is it? Oh, trying to do it there. We only just got away with that. There's where's a hoary feeler gauge? That'll do. Yeah, that doesn't fit. which is only just. You see it there? There is a gap. There's a gap, but it's not much. I'm talking 1/4 millimeter or something. So we literally just got away with that. I thought we probably would. Fortunately, that's good. Obviously half a turn less, well sorry, a turn less on that fitting into the pump. Probably wouldn't have fitted on there. So that's that. Wait for all that to set. Go and have lunch, come back, put it all back together, see where we're at. Oh, I polished that while I was at it. Look at that. Not bad, eh? Pretty good. And I got even fancier and put an AN fitting on there for our crankcase breather system. So we got AN10 hose, push lock hose from there to there. It'd be nice to have, if there was like plastic AN fittings available that you could drill out to the right size and epoxy them onto here, would be pretty cool. But there isn't, so that'll do. We'll just put the hose end straight onto that barb. We'll put a proper hose end onto that. It'll be good. Even mounted it sort of vertical. It's halfway in between vertical and what the engine's sitting at. So it should look pretty cool. Good feng shui. Need to drill and tap or weld on a bung for our air temp sensor. I haven't done that yet. It actually will work just fine just sitting there like that. But I'll get onto that later on. There we go, all assembled again. Radiator's full. Reservoir's some in it, it's not full. Sort of warm, not 100% up to temp yet. Still some air to bleed out of that, as you can hear. We'll get there. Sort that out in a minute. Reservoir's full, as you can see. And so far, I'm not seeing any leaks. I've got a mirror in my hands. Let's see how tricky this is to bloody drive this so that you guys can see the other side of that fitting. Can you see anything in there at all? Oh yeah, you can see it. Hang on. Oh, there we go. There's the fitting where it goes onto the fitting onto the water pump. Bone dry at the moment. So it's looking good. It's looking promising. It starts really well, which is good. Just like that. Bloody quiet, runs beautiful. All things considered, considering it's literally cobbled together second-hand parts, it's far from a perfect combination. No leakies at the moment, like it was that bad before. You'd literally see bubbles forming right now already. So it's not pretty, but I think that'll do. I'll carry on. I'll get the bonnet on it, eh? We'll see if we can organise taking it for a drive and see what it does. I've got the laptop there again. I'll plug into that and I'll fiddle with a few more things and get our mixtures and stuff a little bit nicer and see how it drives. Or ring someone and book a tune maybe. I need to have a look underneath and make sure I've got no oil leaks from the actual engine. I think we're pretty good there, but I'll do that. Bloody Keith posted in race cars and sheds again. Got to put my phone on silent, never mind. A few cable ties and clamps and whatnot to sort out. Can't have hoses kicking around like that. But it's going good. Actually, I should unplug the controller for that hydraulic fan so you guys can hear how hard out that goes. Give me a second. It's a bloody tornado! That's just idling, isn't it? I've never heard that thing run actually, it's never needed it. Absolute screams. I should check that fitting for leaks now because that'll put a lot of load on that. That's full power, so see how that's dealing with that. Alrighty. This is the Mtron software, Mtune I think it's called. So this is the main fuel VE map, efficiency map thing. I've fiddled with that. I just changed a couple of rows and then changed the whole thing just to offset the entire table by a given amount. As I said, it needs a proper tune anyway. You can see target lambda 1, and we're pretty close, not bad. We haven't got massive bank-to-bank discrepancies or anything like that, and there's no offsets between the two banks, so cam timing and all that's probably okay. Can't guarantee it, but looks like it should be. I haven't set up throttle properly. That's a bit of a tricky one apparently, so what I've done is just adjusted a setting for the torque demand, so it's basically trying to give it 3% throttle or something while it's idling, just to bring the idle speed up. Otherwise it sits at 400 RPM, I think it might have been. Coolant temp's good, that's all looking kosher. It's making all the right noises. It's not stalling when you give it a stab on the throttle. Can't do too much of that. It's after 5 o'clock and it'll annoy the neighbours. You can see what happens with our fuel mixtures when you do that. Not sure how quickly things will react, whether we can tune out. You want it to go a bit richer while you're accelerating. Not sure about that bit there. That's probably something that needs dealing with. All you tuner fellas will know all about that. I'm not a tuner, don't pretend to be. Know a little bit. Not enough to bother trying to tune cars. Sometimes I can fix things that are not right, like this. If I knew that this motor, well, we can just see it in the distance there. I knew that was not right. Get rid of that. Put a proper one in, and we can get rid of some of the silly compensations that we had going on. And we have a nicer sounding motor. Yay! Alright, cheers, bye. Bloody beautiful.